Welcome to episode 123 of Closer Mentality. I'm your host, Julia Mellett. On today's episode, we peel back the curtain on the physical strain of junior hockey, the historic inequities of hockey mental health support, and bringing hockey to new countries. Today's guest has had his entire life intertwined with hockey, and thus is uniquely positioned to speak on hockey's potential both stateside and abroad. Without further ado, meet Aidan Connolly. Connolly was introduced to hockey at the same time he was learning to walk. His father, Dan, was the Massachusetts High School Hockey Coaches Association Hall of Fame head coach at Marshfield, Massachusetts' Marshfield High School. He taught his son how to play the sport he loved while he was still in diapers.
He's been the high school coach at Marshfield High School for 26 years. He's been the head coach since 1999, and he had a rule: if you could walk, you could skate. So ever since I was like 2 years old, I've been playing hockey, and that's where I kind of grew up, and I've always been there. Like today, I was in the rink at 7 a.m., and I just got out of the rink at 1. So that's my life.
When Connolly entered MHS, he played 2 seasons for his father before taking the leap and playing for the Dexter Southfield School, a prep school known for educating the likes of President John F. Kennedy and steamrolling the New England boys hockey competition. Connolly played his remaining 3 years for the Dexter School.
When I was like 12 years old, like I could see where I was against my peers, but also when I got into high school when I was 14 years old, I could see how I was against older kids, and that was kind of like the first time I was playing against kids 4 or 5 years older than me. Then after that, I played 2 years for my dad, and then I was like, all right, like let's try to make the next step to play better hockey.
The better hockey manifested in the form of a Division I roster spot with the Sacred Heart University Pioneers in nearby Fairfield, Connecticut.
And then from there on, it was like, all right, now I've done that. And when I was a junior, I committed to play college, and then I was like, all right, now we got to take the next step to go play junior hockey. And then where I was there, and it was like, all right, I can go play college hockey now. Like, you had to make the steps and try to prove yourself at each step along the process. And if you hit that checkpoint and like, all right, I'm good enough here, let's challenge myself somewhere else. Then I was like, all right, there we go. That checkpoint, let's move on to the next one. So you set like checks and balances for yourself throughout the whole process. And like, if you hit those and if you're ready and you're dominating at where you're at, then move on to somewhere else where you're more challenged. And I think once I hit like the second checkpoint of like when I went to prep school, I was like, all right, I know I can go play college hockey now. Let's see junior hockey, which is the next step to really prove if you're ready enough to go play college hockey.
Connolly was playing junior hockey for the Maine Nordiques while skating with the Pioneers.
So what junior hockey is it's kind of like everyone who wants to go play college hockey comes and plays junior hockey. You don't have to be American. You don't have to be Canadian. For example, like I had kids on my team from Sweden. I had kids from Norway. I had a kid from Belarus. Like, he's one of my best friends. Like, I talk to him all the time. I picked him up from the airport, and he just got off the front lines of a riot in Belarus. Like, I'm like, where were you? And he's like, oh, I was at a riot the other day protesting. Like, what are you doing here? And I'm like, he's like, I'm playing hockey. Like, I knew the kid for a long time, but I was just like, well, I didn't do that yesterday. Wherever you are in the world, like, there's opportunities for you to play the game. The opportunities growing in countries around the world, like, it's crazy to think about. Like, there's a team in Uganda that plays hockey. Like, there's teams in countries that you never think play hockey. Like, I was playing against Brazil, playing against Argentina. Like, you wouldn't think those countries have hockey, but there's kids in those countries that play hockey. Like, hockey is a worldwide sport, but it's not as big as soccer or tennis or you name it. But growing the game to play, have these kids play in college hockey. So what I said was junior hockey, it brings a lot at you from different areas around the world, and it teaches you a lot. You're living away from home. You're learning how to deal with things on your own. You're becoming an adult. So when you go away and you're an 18-year-old kid away from home and you're not with your mom who's doing your laundry every night, she's not cooking you dinner. Like, yes, you live with billet families. The billet families the billet family I had was really, really great. Like, I had two little kids that were with me, a mom and a dad who I talked to every day, and they were the best family I could have ever been with. And the kids taught me a lot of like, this is how I have to be a role model to them. This is how I have to teach them things. This is how I have to be around them. Like, I was like their big brother in a sense. Like, I have some of the greatest memories from being with those kids. Like, when it was my birthday, like, they ran around the house and they celebrated my birthday like I was their brother. And it was really like, oh my God, like, this is awesome. But then you're away from home and they're there for you at the hard times. Like, when was injured in junior hockey, like, my billet mom brought me to rehab appointments. Like, it was like, wow, this is how like others bring people in. Like, this is awesome. Like, they treat you like their family. Like, my mom talks to my billet mom like every other day on the phone. Like, it's like you create lifetime memories, you create friends. Like, it's just a great opportunity.
He credits this variability of play and life experience for his versatility on the ice. As for his drive, he credits a mixture of internal monologues and his father for laying a pathway.
When I was growing up, like, it was more of like, I want to prove others wrong, and that helped me motivate myself. But now I'm like at the stage of like, he's not my coach anymore, and I want to prove myself I can get to that next step and that next level of playing hockey. And like, yes, I've had setbacks of like injuries and stuff, but that's made motivated me harder to get back so I can get to that level that I want to play at or be at professionally at some point.
Connolly played for Sacred Heart from 2022 to 2024 until he sustained a major hip injury that served to derail his entire path. This became the moment he acknowledged the role that mental health played in his journey.
I injured it right before Thanksgiving on against Cornell. We after the first period, I went back to the locker room and I was sitting down and I was like, "Ooh, my back and hip are very tight. Like, I've never felt this before." So I got on the table, got some work done, played the rest of the game. Scored the only goal that game, so I was happy about that. But we lost, and then we had Thursday off. We had Friday off. We played Sunday, Monday against Bentley, and I couldn't walk after either game. So then I went to the doctor, got looked at. They're like, "Oh yeah, it's your hip flexor." Shot me up. Played the next weekend. I couldn't walk again, so I took a few weeks off, and then it went on for 3 months until we played Air Force, and then boom. Before I turned 22, I had hip surgery. I had 2 tears in my labrum, cartilage rejuvenation, and hip completely resurfaced at 21. And I played on it for about 3.5 months before it completely gave out. It was the doctors telling me that nothing was wrong and that it was just my hip flexor muscle popping, and they kept shooting me up with like lidocaine, novocaine, whatever it was, so I could play. And I kept playing on it for 3 months, and then I was walking back to the locker room between the second and third period against Air Force, and it completely gave out. Not a lot of people get back from what I had, and it was just the struggle of getting back from that injury of like, I'm doing everything I can do. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but I'm still not there. Why am I not there? And then when you get there, if like, I'm feeling good, I'm ready to play, then the coach is like, I don't think you're ready. And I'm like, well, I'm ready. Then it's like, why am I not getting the chance to play? Why am I not here? Why am I there? And asking the questions of like, what's really happening? So I think that was like probably the first like point. But there's other points in like times when you're like down and out of like something's not going really your way. And it's just like trying to find out and speak to someone that can help you. Like keeping stuff internal doesn't make you feel better. Like sitting in your bed talking about it to yourself doesn't make you feel better. Like having a one-on-one conversation with someone, that might make you feel better.
Is something interfering with your happiness or preventing you from achieving your goals? Regardless of if you have a clinical mental health issue like depression or anxiety, or if you're just a human in this world going through a hard time, therapy can give you the tools to approach your life in a positive way. That's why I'm excited to tell you about today's sponsor, BetterHelp. BetterHelp's mission is to make therapy more affordable and more accessible. This is an important mission because finding a therapist can be really hard, especially when you're limited to the options just in your area. BetterHelp is a platform that makes finding a therapist easier because it's online, it's remote, and by filling out a few questions, BetterHelp can match you to a professional therapist in as little as a few days. It's easy to sign up and get matched with a therapist. If this sounds like something that could help you, there's a link in the show notes to get you started on your therapy journey. It's betterhelp.com/closer mentality. Clicking that link helps support this channel, but it also gets you 10% off your first month of BetterHelp. Because finding a therapist is a little like dating. If you don't really fit with the therapist matched with you, it's easy and free to switch therapists without stressing about insurance, who's in your network, or anything like that. So if you're struggling, consider online therapy with BetterHelp. Click the link in the description or visit betterhelp.com/closer mentality. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/closer mentality. Thanks again to BetterHelp for sponsoring this channel. Did you know that you can purchase audiobooks directly from your favorite local bookstore? With Libro FM, you can pick from more than 325,000 audiobooks, including bestsellers and recommendations from real booksellers. You'll get the same audiobooks at the same price as the largest audiobook company out there, you know the name. But you'll be part of a different story, one that supports your local community. If you're new to audiobooks, they're the perfect way to squeeze more reading into your busy life. Listen with the free Libro FM app while you do chores, walk the dog, or relax at home. If you already love audiobooks and don't know what to listen to next, check out recommendations from the people who know best, booksellers. Closer Mentality has partnered with Libro FM on a special offer. Through the link in the show notes, you can get 2 audiobooks on Libro FM for the price of 1. Offer only valid for new members in Canada and the US. Thanks to Libro FM for sponsoring this podcast. Connolly admits that the conversation surrounding mental health in hockey has significant work to do. The macho man attitude is very much still present. He works with brands like NDUR and No Solo, which provide advocacy, education, support, and scholarship opportunities to those struggling with mental illness.
For me, myself, I'm very tuned into mental health. Like, yes, I've had like my struggles. I've talked to others. Like, I've reached out to people to help because like what I've always learned is like, don't keep your feelings to yourself. Let your feelings out. And if you need help, get help. Because like, if you don't speak up about something in a classroom, say, that you don't agree with, or you want to ask a question, like, ask the questions. Don't let questions go unasked. Because if you're always there questioning, like, why is it that way? Why is it like this? Then that just makes you go like, what am I doing? Why is this happening? If you ask the questions like, oh, like, if I'm not like really feeling like this, like, how can I get back to feeling that way? Well, here's the example. And that helps you grow as a person. Like, I was always one like asking questions and like being very like outgoing and being like, hey, like, can I help you with this? Like, can you do this? Can I do that? Well, yes, like that helps you grow as a person. But like as mental health speaking, like if I can speak to someone or even just a friend, like who's asking me for help, like, hey, I can give you advice. But like really like my advice, I'm attached to the situation. I want you to go talk to someone else who isn't attached to the situation. Like that's what really helps you is like going not just to your parents, but to someone else outside the situation that can help you. So just speaking up, like that's what I've always told people, like with NDUR, No Solo, like those two companies that I work with, like I love what they do because they just put mental health out there of like, yeah, it's a issue, like we deal with it, but we're here to help. So like those two companies like do a really good job. Like my I've had teammates that have gone to both companies asking for help, getting help through those two companies. What NDUR really strives to do is create mental health awareness with the app that they have through just anonymous like help. Like you and I know and others know, like sometimes you don't want to like go speak to someone. You don't want to go out of your way. Oh, that doesn't fit in my schedule. We have this thing right here in our hands, in our pocket, 24/7. Like it's right there. All it is an app. And if you're feeling down and you're not feeling really appreciated, or you're not feeling yourself, feeling that $1 million, as we all say, like you're not feeling like that, and you know why, or you really don't know why, maybe just go on the app if you're not feeling up to talking to someone and be like, hey, this is really bugging me. Like, what should I do? Then there's people on there, NDUR ambassadors, or just other people that may have experienced something like that or not like that, and they give their own sense of mind of like, hey, like try this out, like try to do something that you love. Like what I always say is like, if I'm not feeling 100%, I go do something I love. Like if I'm not feeling good or I'm down about something and I don't want to go play hockey because I do that all the time, I'm like, let me go hit some golf balls. Let me go to the beach. Let me go fishing. Let me go do something that kind of regenerates the love for myself or love for whatever it may be. Again, go have a nice meal. Go treat yourself. Like, go do something that makes you happy and puts a smile on your face. Then you're like, oh, now I'm feeling good. Or you just go on there and you read what people have to say about certain things. You don't even have to say it. Like, oh, like whatever said something about like going through this, and you're like, huh, I kind of went through something like that, and like that resonates with me. This is how they're getting through it. Like the advice that people give, and then you can read it, it's like, wow, like this is very open and like very helpful. Like you don't even have to post anything. You can just read what people have to say or listen to what people have to say. Like that's the very positive aspect of NDUR.
His rehab journey, a tough mental struggle, also opened a wonderful door for Connolly, a chance to represent Team Ireland.
When I went into Sacred Heart University, I was a 21-year-old freshman, which I was one of the youngest kids on my team. And I had a kid that was like 26, 27. So I was like, okay, like this is interesting. And so played there. My first game was against Providence University. We lost that game, but I scored the only goal. And I was like, all right, this is a really good start. And then went on, kept playing, and then I think, yes, 7 or 8 games into my college career, we played against Cornell. And that was the game I got hurt. And then I played on it for 7 more games through various rehabs and various injuries. And then I rehabbed the whole summer. Came back, wasn't really ready to start the season, kept rehabbing. Right after Christmas, I got to play. We played against UNH, and then we played Mercyhurst 3 or 4 days later, and during the first period, a kid pulled my leg, and I re-injured the same leg, and I was like, "Oh Jesus, here we go again." Got MRIs, got stuff done, rehabbed it. Never got back in, unfortunately, but then I got to go play in Ireland, in Bratislava, Slovakia. And that was a really great experience. Got to prove that I was healthy, got to prove everyone that I was the hockey player that I'm still am today.
Connolly's time playing for Team Ireland opened up an avenue he never could have expected.
What kind of set the tone was when I was at Sacred Heart, my roommate was from Japan and he plays for the Japanese ice hockey team. So I was like, okay, like I'm of Irish ancestry, and what we're very lucky to have is my uncle has a house in Ireland. And so I have residency in Ireland. So I emailed the coach, but I was unable to play because I found out I tore my labrum. And the following year, I reached back out. I say, "Hey, I'm healthy, like ready to go, ready to play." It's like, awesome. Like, let's have you on the team. So I got on the team, and we played in Bratislava, Slovakia. It was actually when I got involved in it, my backup goalie at Sacred Heart, he got I got him involved with it, and he came over with me. So that was really cool. So we both went over to Slovakia. We played together. We played our first game at like 10 a.m. against Brazil. And I've never been to Slovakia. And I was like, where the hell are we? We flew into Vienna the night before. Our flight was delayed. We got into the hotel at 10 o'clock. We played Brazil. We beat them, and then we played 6 games over the time span. We won the whole thing. We won the gold medal. It was really cool and really great. And the lifetime friends created from it, the lifetime memories I've created from it. Like right now, here, one of my teammates is visiting me from Ireland. Like he's here and he's having a time of his life. Then what came out of me playing for the senior team was getting the U19 team here to come play a series of games against high school teams and get some training in over here. So they came here in March, sorry, over St. Patty's Day. So they were here. We got them into a ton of activities. They got to play a bunch of games, got to skate a bunch. Like they got to experience the American culture. Now we come to fast forward to now, there's like 5 Irish kids here staying with the billet families, the friends that they've created over here, and they're skating with me for 3 weeks. Like they've created lifetime memories and lifetime bonds with these kids. Like one of my teammates on the senior team, like he was the youngest kid on the team, he was 18. And I got him to play on a junior hockey team over here. Like to help kids in a different country, to help friends in different countries to get them over here and play. Like it's growing the game of hockey into a country that you'd think would play a lot of hockey because of how athletic they are. But the opportunities that they have there are just not bare none. Like they have a pro team in Belfast, but they have one other rink in Belfast. And there's like kids on the U19 team that drive 3.5 hours to go play and play a game, play practice. Like the opportunity for them to grow in the sport is not big enough to sustain the sport in Ireland. So trying to grow the sport of Ireland is really important. There were 6 of us, but we all have Irish residency or our passports. And then there was a few Canadians that moved from Ireland to Canada to go play hockey. So it was like, but then it was all Irish guys as well. Like I had a guy on our team who was 38 years old, Greg Monday, had like 3 kids and a wife. And then I had a 42-year-old guy on our team and he had like 4 or 5 kids and he has a wife and they have full-time jobs. Like I have kids that are still like have kids. And I'm like, oh my God, like I'm 23, 22, and these guys are 42, 38, and they have kids. Like, I was like, wow, this is like a shock. Like, I'm playing with guys who have kids. So it was really cool. And then you have the kids that are like 24, 20, like 26, like that have full-time jobs. Like for example, like one of my teammates in Ireland, he's a potato farmer full time. Like he has a farm, he has sheep, and then he goes play hockey on the weekends. Like mechanical engineer, Monday through Friday, plays hockey on the weekends. Like I'm here taking college classes, coaching kids in the summer. I'm always on the ice, but these kids don't barely get to skate. Then there's the kids like that just play inline, and then they're like, oh, I'm on the senior hockey team, and they go skate a few times on actual ice, and then they go play in tournaments. Like the demographic, the way the team is in Ireland, you don't have like the opportunity to grow because of the limited ice availability. What I compare it to is like what Florida and California were before the NHL teams came there. what Arizona was. Like it was all inline. Then these NHL teams go there and then they build rinks and then the game grows. Like you didn't see an Austin Matthews or Matthew Knies coming out of Arizona, but now you get those players because the Coyotes were there. Like the game needs to grow through professional teams being there, but also rinks being built there. And what we're trying to do in Ireland is try to grow the game by building rinks there to help create more hockey players come out of that country. I think what we did in the World Championships of winning the gold medal, like what Ireland was, like they had a rink and then they lost the rink due to insurance policies and a storm that took it out. And what we need to do is try to get the rink back and try to get it back and running, because in Ireland right now there's over 1,000 players that play in the north. Like there's a lot of hockey players, but you compare that to Massachusetts, that's not a lot of hockey players. So what we do is getting rinks built there will create more hockey players. Like you look at when a sport comes here, like pickleball, for example, it'll just go like that. What Ireland is a very athletic country. So what the numbers were when they had rinks in Dublin, when they had rinks elsewhere in the north, is it was very big. But once rinks were taken away or lost due to storms or lost due to whatever it would have been, the game was big, but then it shrank. But now it's growing again at a very high rate because they see the success that Ireland hockey has and has continued to had over the time span that I've been involved with it and within the last 3 to 4 years. It's growing. Like these kids over here now, like they've skated more times the last week than they've done in the last 5 months in Ireland. The kids on the U19 team have skated more times in America this year than they've skated in Ireland. It's crazy. Like the opportunity to grow the game is such a big opportunity in Ireland. It's like it's crazy to think about of like what it could be and what it is now. It's like, oh, like no way he'll get to that. But you see rinks built here all the time and you see club programs hop up all the time. You're like, wow, like that's the opportunity that it could be in a country, not just in a little neighborhood here. It's like very mind blowing of like, wow, like that's where it could get to. It meant a lot more to me to see how much it means to those kids in Ireland. Like when we won the gold medal, like there was emotions coming from me watching them see how hard they've worked their entire lives to win something, and like going there to see how it is for them. Like it was one of the best memories of my life. Then I go back to Ireland. When I was staying there, I stayed for another 2 weeks with my cousins, and we were greeted at the airport by a mob of people. And my cousins were there with banners. Like I have pictures with my uncle with the trophy. Like it's and like all my cousins are there. Like it was just awesome to see how much it meant to not only the kids on my team, but the family members, the friends of my family, other families that were there to greet us at the airport. Then the family that traveled to Bratislava, Slovakia. And after we won, the emotions, like everyone's on the ice, like it was awesome to see it. Like it was one of the greatest experiences of my life to see how people just reacted. Like I didn't even know like some of these family members, and then they come over here and they're like treating me like I'm like their best friend, like friends for life. Like I went over to Ireland. They're like, hey, come over, like have a meal with us. Like they don't ask for anything in return. They're like, we love you as family. Like you you did something with us. You're family now. Like we've created lifetime bonds with everyone. It's very special and it means a lot to me and a lot to my family. And they see how like passionate I am about it of like trying to grow the game in Ireland. It's like they know how much it means. Like the jersey sits right there. The picture of us and my cousins, my family, my teammates sit right there. Like it's one of the greatest memories like that I look forward to going back to Ireland all the time and playing and putting that jersey on again.
Connolly realized that not only are opportunities in hockey different between the United States and Ireland, but so are the conversations surrounding help-seeking behaviors and mental health. Connolly's advocacy became a two-tiered plan.
I think with the mental health in the US, it's like growing knowledge. Like there are issues, there are problems, like it's out there. And then with Irish hockey, like I talked to like the kids about it, like in Ireland, a pretty decent amount. Like I wear like the no solo wristband, I have the NDUR and all that stuff. But like when the kids from Ireland U19 hockey came over here, they're like, "What's that wristband?" And I tell them the story, and they're like, "That's really cool. Like I want to be a part of that." Like we don't really talk about that stuff there. Like I want to try to lead it by example. So every one of the kids wears these wristbands. Like the kids that came over here, like I surprised them with a little gift, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's really cool that you have that. Like thank you very much." Like they're very like appreciative of like getting the stuff, and they're like, "I'll wear this all the time." So the other day they walked into the rink wearing all of it. I'm like, "You didn't have to wear it right away." They're like, "This is really cool. Like I wanted to wear it." So they're like, they're trying to grow the knowledge of like different brands here. Like there's so many brands for mental health awareness, but wearing something every day so people see it and then they ask you questions about it, they're like, "Oh," then they think about their own mental health. And that's like creating knowledge, not just only here, but wearing something every day. They're like, "Oh, I got to think about that a little bit more. Like, I got to talk to someone about that." Like, creating the knowledge without speaking about it is just another way of doing it. So, I wear the wristband every day, but also wearing like a sweatshirt, wearing a hat, like, gives the knowledge of mental health without speaking it.
Are you an athlete rehabbing from an injury? Are you a coach or athletic trainer seeking additional support for your injured athlete toolkits? KT Tape has exactly what you need. KT Tape is a rehabilitation tape that helps stabilize and compress sensitive areas of the body during exercise. Apply KT Tape to an area either in pain or in recovery and feel the difference. KT Tape is comfortable, stable, and long-wearing. There's tape for all modes of action, from gentle, which is safe for easy activity and everyday use, to pro extreme, for athletes in moderate to high impact exercise. KT Tape makes water-resistant tape as well for a more adaptable rehabilitation implementation. KT Tape caters to lifelong athletes and focuses on reducing muscle soreness for all users when worn during exercise and up to 48 hours post. Are you an athlete in need of prescription sports goggles or sunglasses? Today's final sponsor may have just the solution for you. A Sight for Sport Eyes was created when founder Shannon Knight saw a niche that was perpetually going unfulfilled. A Sight for Sport Eyes grew out of a need for education surrounding the impact of sport-related eye injuries and their lasting repercussions. A Sight for Sport Eyes runs like a regular optical practice, not an e-commerce store. Their goal is to give you the same high-quality service and name-brand lenses made by the best optical laboratories in the country, geared specifically for athletes and athletic use cases. If you need new lenses or frames, A Sight for Sport Eyes is the perfect place to get them. The links to BetterHelp.com, Libro FM, KT Tape, and A Sight for Sport Eyes are all in the show notes. Now, let's get back to the episode. Connolly now suits up for the Salve Regina University Osprey, and was moved to see that the team dedicates one of its games each year to men's mental health.
What I think Salve does a really good job at is every year they have a mental health awareness game. Like, I really think the NHL should involve that. Like the NHL and other leagues around the world, like there are guys who deal with a lot of issues. Like it's a professional sport. Same with the NFL, same with the NBA. Like every sport there is professionally, there's a lot of pressure that are put on these guys. There's a lot of pressure put on college athletes. There's a lot of pressure put on any athlete in general, no matter what sport. But different sports handle themselves differently. Like for hockey example, like back a long time ago, like you would just go out and blow off steam and do whatever, and then it's not the right thing to do. and you're doing it the wrong way and you're treating your body the wrong way and you're not getting better, but you're doing stuff to cope with it. Like, I think the NHL has created a good step and with the player assistance program of getting players the help that they need. But I think they need to like show it more. Like, do mental health awareness games, do games like that, do whatever it may be to kind of show like, oh yeah, we're here, we're trying to do this. But putting a player in this player's assistance program to get them the help they need, that's a good step. But hey, you might be taking something away from them that they love, of like playing hockey at that time, or you're not, like they need a break from the game. Like, they're doing things that are doing good, but they can do it a little bit better by doing games like that, doing awareness type stuff. Like Victor Hedman's with No Solo, like he's very out there of like mental health awareness. Like, he is very on top of things. But then there's other players who don't even speak about it. And it's like, we know that you all deal with stuff. Like, if you speak up about it, like, people will listen to you. Like, you're a professional athlete. Like, speak up about it. Speak with your issues. Like, there's players that do, and people respect them a lot more for it. It's like, yeah, I'm going through this. Like, I need help. Patrick Laine spoke up about it. Like, you're like, wow, he was going through that. You're like, wow, I have a lot of respect for that guy. Then he goes to Montreal this year and has a great year. Like, you're like, oh, like he just needed to get that off his chest. So it's growing improvement, but as everyone says, like, it can get better. Like, it can 100% get better. So there is improvement to be made, but I hope they make it, because mental health awareness is very, very needed for every individual. If you're healthy, you're happy.
Thanks so much for tuning in to episode 123 of Closer Mentality. You can follow Aidan and Team Ireland men's hockey at the links in the show notes. You can also watch he and I's full interview at the Closer Mentality Uncensored YouTube channel. The link to that is in the show notes as well. I'll be back in 2 weeks with another great episode. But for now, I'm your host, Julia Mellett. See you next time.